This is the 7th time I've done this. And if you do something 7 times, sometimes you might look back and say, oh, well, you know what, been there, done that. I can't say that. Every single class, even though the content has been similar, has been unique and different and special, and you are. So while we talk about the same 5 books, and the same subject matter and the various classes and the same kind of group discussions, small group discussions and things like that. And so generically the content is pretty similar, but every class is unique and every class is different because you all bring different kind of gifts to the party.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My name is Christopher Ayers, and I'm a region manager with the Division of Child Support Services also. And I want to thank each of you for taking time out of your busy schedules today to be with us. I know everybody, has a full-time job, just like those of us who have gone through this cohort. And it really means a lot to those of us who are in the class to see people that we work with every day and either come and support us today. So thank you for being here and taking time out of your schedules to be with us. I have a question. Who usually can achieve more? A team who works together or just some individuals who are working separately? A team. All right. You can answer if you like. But, a team, and that's what my classmates and I believe. A team can certainly normally achieve more than just individuals. And that's why we've chosen this as our project about building a team, and specifically building a Leadership Academy Alumni Association. In the next few minutes, you'll be hearing more about building this team and how we believe that it's going to enhance and the job that we do at DHS. As always, we want to go over our DHS vision, mission, and core values. Our vision, of course, that guides us is stronger families for a stronger Georgia. My classmates and I, we've been meeting together for the last 6 months since January, and just like those of you who graduated. And one of the biggest things I've enjoyed is getting to know people I didn't know before. Even those within our same division I had seen at different times, but you still didn't know them that well. But over the last 6 months, it's probably one of the biggest things I've enjoyed is getting to know different people from different divisions and offices with DHS and our instructors, and learning a lot about leadership and reading the different books. And one thing that's become clear to me, even from the very beginning, is how everybody in our class is very passionate and committed to our vision of stronger families for a stronger Georgia. Our mission statement is strengthen Georgia by providing individuals and families access to services that promote self-sufficiency, independence, and protect Georgia's vulnerable children and adults. You can see our core values here. We have 2 that we would like to talk about as far as it relates to our project specifically, and that is manage business operations effectively and efficiently by aligning resources across the agency and develop our employees at all levels of the agency. As I said, my classmates and I, we come from all different offices and divisions of DHS, but we've come together, and during this 6 months, we have become a team and part of a bigger team, have joined with those who have already graduated prior to us. And we would like to continue, as Michael said, we would like to continue these relationships on into the future. And also, we did a survey, thanks to one of our participants, got the survey together. Rebecca on SurveyMonkey and sent it out, so those you should have received that. Out of those who responded, 95% of the respondents also said they are very interested in becoming part of an alumni association. So we have also developed a vision and mission statement for our alumni association. Our vision is stronger leaders for a stronger DHS. We believe that ties in perfectly with our DHS vision statement, and we believe as we become stronger leaders, that will make DHS stronger, and in turn that will enable DHS to help our families become stronger and ultimately help Georgia become stronger. Our mission statement is to promote continuous development of effective leadership in DHS. We also have 4 core values or beliefs. So we believe that Academy graduates are focused on personal and professional development. We believe Academy graduates should have access to an alumni network. We believe that Academy graduates will give back to the community, and they're committed to establishing a legacy. In the next few minutes, you'll hear more about our proposal for a Leadership Academy Alumni Association and how it will benefit DHS, families of Georgia, and all of Georgia ultimately. I ask that you please hold any questions that you have until the end of our presentation, and we'll be glad to take those at the end. Our first group will be providing more information on our first core belief, which is development, and that will be Kimberly, who will be our first speaker. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm definitely encouraged by all of the alumni who are here today, and thank you for coming to support us. We have a great team that worked on leadership development. For continued leadership development, we believe that Leadership Academy graduates are focused on personal and professional development opportunities in order to prepare for future leadership challenges. So if you're like me, you face leadership challenges daily. And most of us join the Leadership Academy in order to learn how to face those challenges and to also develop our leadership skills. We have a team of 6 leaders who worked on and created the starting point for leadership development for the Alumni Association. And I would like to introduce those folks and ask them to stand when I call their name so that you all will know them and recognize them. They're getting off easy because I'm not going to take the microphone around and make them do that themselves. But first we have Arvin Brown, Section Manager for the Division of Aging Services. We have Aretha Dudley, Administrator from the Customer Contact Center for the Division of Family and Children's Services. We also have Delver Robinson, Administrator from the Customer Contact Center from the Division of Family and Children's Services. We have Jason Sauls, the Unit Manager for the Division of Family and Children's Services, and also the creator of this beautiful, beautiful PowerPoint. And then we have Cheryl Harrington, who will be up next, and she is the Regional Transportation Coordinator, TSS District 2 Lead for the Office of Facility and Support Services. Our objective in development is to provide professional and personal training to Leadership Academy alumni through interagency communication. We have a unique opportunity to offer continued growth through the Alumni Association, and Cheryl is up next to give you more of the details.
We worked on the how to put together a program that will not only be engaging, but be something that every alumni would be interested in being a part of. One of the things we selected in terms of what would be a part of the program is the quarterly newsletter to alumni membership. Newsletters are not new, pun intended. However, they provide visibility, and they also keep membership engaged and informed. An example of that would be the Georgia Retirees Association newsletter, where they keep that newsletter provides information to the membership that keeps them informed of changes to benefits and also to health care. we have the Leadership Spotlight. Leadership Spotlight was served to shine that well, actually showcase the talent that's in DHS. And the leaders for this will be selected from alumni and from across the state. We have the training opportunities identified through shared calendars across agencies. And we felt that this was very important, mainly because there are so many opportunities out there that people are not really familiar with, such as the project management offered through Georgia Technology Association, agency rather. And also you have procurement and contracts offered through DOAS, Department of Administrative Services. Job announcements will also be included in the newsletter. And even though announcements will not be included in each newsletter, there will be links to allow readers to go to the different sites to see what opportunities are out there. Another important part is the quarterly WebEx meetings. The meetings will give everyone an opportunity to discuss issues that are important to them, and it will feature guest speakers, and the speakers will come from within DHS, across the state, and the Pro Bono Speakers Bureau. We'll have a book club, and that too will be part of the WebEx meetings, where we'll get the opportunity to discuss must-read books. And someone mentioned earlier the importance of linking on leadership. And I think most of us did in fact find that interesting, because some of us are still walking around quoting from that book. I'm included. We'll have the panel discussions on specific topics, and those will be topics that are of interest and those that will be suggested by the alumni. Thank you.
Networking is Leadership Academy graduates should have access to alumni network to promote enhanced communication and excellence in leadership. And our team consisted of Lori Head, which is me, and Laura Beggs, and LaShonda Brown, and Tom Snyder, and Sean Johnson, and Tanasia Frazier. Networking includes one objective, which is to provide semi-annual networking opportunities beginning July 1 through July 17, and one holiday event, which includes an activity, Leadership Academy alumni attendance, graduation for each class, and Leadership Academy alumni attendance at each initial Leadership Academy class.
For Objective 2 under networking, we said that we would do regional lunch and learns, a different region maybe each quarter, where everyone could come out and discuss topics of interest or have a guest speaker. We would also promote alumni member profiles that would be used for potential interview panel recruitment and mentors. And we would develop an online presence on LinkedIn or something similar that would have a message board where people could ask advice questions. We also worked on how we would make this a community involvement, and we said Leadership Academy graduates will give our time to promote a positive image of the Department of Human Services in the community.
Good morning, I'm LaShonda Brown, and as part of the community objectives, we talked about providing at least at least one activity per year that promotes leadership involvement in the community, and we want to do this by July of 2018. This objective reminds me of, I don't know how many of you guys have participated in the Clark Howard Toy Drive at Christmas time, but I remember I was managing a team and our morale was pretty low. And as you go up in leadership or you provide a support function, you don't get to have those touchy-feely happy moments or happy achievements that happen sometimes on the front line. And so we decided that one afternoon we were going to do the Clark Howard event together. And it was the most rewarding experience to see people coming in and giving toys and items to our foster care children, and to have my team, who's a support function, actually wrapping those gifts and spending that afternoon. It really helped to bond us and also remind us of what we do every day and why we do it. So we want to do more activities like that, providing at least one a year. And what we want to do is not only identify what that activity would be, but make sure that we promote it amongst DHS with our staff as well as our leadership. And then we also want to make sure that it's in the DHS media.
I'm Tom Snyder with the Division of Aging Services, and policy does give us some latitude in helping to achieve this goal. So in case you did not know, House Bill 313 became effective July 2015 and provides up to 8 hours of education support leave for eligible DHS employees, which on the surface doesn't sound like it would have a huge impact on this, but in the DOAS policy, there's a good bit of flexibility around what that includes. So it basically is any activity that promotes education and the support of children and families from pre-K and early care and learning up through higher education. And that each entity within the state has the ability to set its own guidelines for what are allowable activities under this leave. So we are proposing that in the fourth quarter of each state fiscal year, the Alumni Association would meet with DHS leadership to identify potential projects that would align with our goal of getting out into the community and with DHS and DOAS policy, and that would maximize the opportunity for participation by alumni members. And this would also capitalize on the flexibility that is within policy to support this objective. Our goal will be to identify projects that would benefit the most number of clients served by DHS divisions, or establish a rotation among the divisions, so that one year, for example, we might serve participants of the Division of Child and Support Services, Aging Services, or TAM.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Help if I held it the right side, right direction, taking it forward. Legacy. So our belief under the core value of legacy is that Academy graduates are committed to empowering future leaders to achieve their personal and professional goals. And that's demonstrated by the leaders who are here this morning, who are alumni, who have supported their employees or their direct reports in going through this program. We certainly appreciate that. The DHS legacy team who worked on this is Christopher Ayers, who's a region manager for the Division of Child Support Services, who you met earlier. Myself, I am a county director with the Division of Family and Children's Services. Rebecca Shirley, who is the manager of social services with the Division of Child Support Services. Margaret Doff, who's a county director with the Division of Family and Children's Services. Misty Webb, who's a manager of social services with the Division of Child Support Services. And Marva Miller, who's a EBT business analyst with the Division of Family and Children's Services. So our objective under the Legacy Group is to pilot a 6-month mentoring program starting with the January 2018 cohort or group, and use the feedback from that group to develop a pool of mentors from the Leadership Alumni Academy, and that would include yourselves out in the audience this morning, that could be used across all DHS agencies, so that we could get cross-learning from Division of Family and Children's Services to the Division of Child Support Services, Division of Aging Services, so we can have cross-learning, which has been already talked about this morning.
So this morning I'm going to talk to you about the first part of our plan, which is to develop and recruit a pool of prospective mentors. So as we talked about in the introduction, we utilized an email survey, which all of you received to invite you here today. And that was to determine the level of interest in an alumni association amongst the existing alumni. We also were able to capture your current contact information for future use. We propose to carry this concept over into developing and recruiting potential mentors. So a short survey would go out that would give information about the program, and it would allow interested alumni to volunteer for this mentor role. So we do anticipate that there would be a high level of interest in mentors from the program. But as we prepared our proposal, we did recognize that some people may have not ever served in this role, or they might feel unprepared without some form of training. Luckily, DHS, through their strong relationship with the Carl Vinson Institute at UGA, has the opportunity to take advantage of a module of training that's designed to provide the tools to become a successful mentor. Much like the Leadership Academy is designed to benefit the agency as well as the employee, the training is designed to enrich the experience both for the mentor and the mentee. The training focuses on the goal and definition of the mentor role, the qualities of a successful mentor, and it provides strategies and guidelines for facilitating effective mentoring sessions. The proposal that we're making would be a 2-day classroom training, and in order to meet the timeline of our objective, we would need the first group of potential mentors to complete this in the fall of 2017. Once we establish this recruitment and training will allow us to build a strong network of effective mentors that can be used throughout DHS. As a means of additional support, we also plan to compile a list of resources that can be used by mentors as they're participating in the sessions with their mentees. So to talk to you a little bit more about what the sessions would actually include is Misty.
Thanks, Rebecca. One of the key parts in creating a legacy is to form a program that can be carried out through future DHS leadership classes. And we're proposing a mentorship program giving each class participant the opportunity to participate in up to 10 sessions with a mentor assigned to them for the duration of the class. The goal would be to provide further development to all of our mentees, both personally and professionally. Each mentee will be required to possess a certain amount of qualities, such as genuine interest in helping others succeed, excellent coaching and listening skills, time availability, and confidentiality. Confidentiality would be extremely important since there would need to be a trusting relationship between the mentee and the mentor. Examples of sessions shared between the mentor and mentee could be how to effectively communicate with others, feedback on strengths and weaknesses, guidance on opportunities, and learning from mistakes or setbacks, and a source of encouragement or outside support system, and also practical applications to utilize based on the assigned book topics within the curriculum. And since the graduation ceremony is such an important achievement, it would be an expectation that the mentor attend the mentee's graduation ceremony.
Okay, so I know that it may sound that it's a lot of responsibility for being a mentor, right? Well, to help assist in the mentorship, at the end of each graduating class, we're going to utilize an exit survey on the mentoring experience to be completed by each leadership graduate. Now, by utilizing the survey, it will, 1, provide an ongoing learning tool on how well the mentorship program functions, as well as ways to improve or amend our current processes. And 2, it assists in the continuous quality improvement of DHS. Now, by increasing efficiency and increasing the employee satisfaction, and if we feel good about our leadership skills and our jobs, we then are able to better interact with external stakeholders, which also will increase their satisfaction in collaborating with DHS. Now, as Scott mentioned previously, the mentoring program will initially be only for the participants during the 6th month of the leadership class. However, if there is a pool of enough alumni members who are available as leadership mentors, we can expand the program to not just be for the leadership graduates, but be for the entire DHS as a whole. Also, with the large enough participation, some of those past projects that have been sitting on the shelf, we can resurrect them and eventually put those items into action. Now, all of the goals that have been presented to you by my peers will help shape and assist the mentoring program in completing our vision, stronger leaders for a stronger DHS. Now, when will all of this take place? We will begin the pilot with cohort number 9 of the DHS Leadership Academy, which is scheduled to begin next year, January 2018. Now that I have explained the legacy portion, I will pass it over to Delver to explain the rules and the guidelines.
Good morning, everybody. I am Delver Robinson, and I am Administrator, OFI Customer Contact Center, COB section. As far as the membership guidelines, members will have successfully completed Leadership Academy, have active participation in professional development activities within their respective organizations. They will have attendance and participation in at least one Alumni Association annual group event. Adherence to the DHS Code of Ethics and Conduct is essential. And lastly, they would need to participate in the mentoring of a new Leadership Academy participant. So, to make this a reality, we need the support of you, our governing body, in realizing the enormous impact the Alumni Association would have on its members, our community, and most importantly, our future leaders. The members of Leadership Academy Program 7 share the mission and vision of the Division of Human Services. We believe it's our duty to strengthen families through better resources, better services, and better marketing, let's face it. This includes adding to our agency's efforts throughout the year with an alumni-based community collaboration that highlights empowerment and connection. We have represented today a pool of thinkers, movers, dedicated to developing alliances throughout various division levels. Our poll confirmed that 95% of our alumni want to be active members of an association that embraces the core values presented today. Collectively, we are a team attentive to professional development, promoting positive media positions, and graduating future decision makers with a shared commitment to service and legacy. We hope our presentation today was inspiring as well as thought-provoking. Will you join us in making an alumni association an agency-wide reality? Thank you.